Hey guys, welcome back to Film Wish. Today we'll talk about the most emotional moments in 90 Day Fiancé Part 5. Let's head into it. 5. Fourth time's a charm. This utterly cringeworthy situation occurred whilst Nicole was participating in a video conference with Azan in a coffee shop. After cancelling yet another trip that Nicole had planned and paid for, Azan continues to make empty promises about marriage and a future life together. Nicole is becoming increasingly frustrated. Nicole is not amused in the least. Nicole doesn't seem to be bothered by Azan's discontent with her new bright purple hair colour, and she even flashes him the deuces at one point, which isn't even the worst part of this exchange. Nicole proclaims unabashedly during a talk about their intentions to meet again that fourth time's a charm, alluding of course to their 3 prior disastrous attempts at marriage. Oh my goodness, what a shambles. Also, make sure to write your thoughts on all of these moments in the comment section. 4. Nicole's stepdad intervenes. During the 4th season of the Disney Channel series Happily Ever After, what happens? Because of Nicole's constant back and forth with Azan, her family looks to be considerably more unsatisfied than they were previously, and with good reason. Azan and Nicole have been forced to postpone their planned trip to Grenada due to an unexplained family emergency. Nicole, on the other hand, has been promised by Azan that he will eventually tie the knot when she returns to Morocco. In revealing the terrible reality, her stepfather Joe confesses that her boyfriend had several chances to marry her, but has refused to do so each time. Despite the fact that Joe has brought up multiple emails he has received from a man who claims to reside in Morocco and who claims to be aware that Azan is scamming Nicole, Nicole refuses to back down and maintains her rejection of the allegations. However, despite Nicole's fast rejection of these charges, both viewers and Nicole's family perceive the situation from a different perspective than Nicole does. 3. Chantel calls Colt out at the tell-all. Whilst they are recording the tell-all documentary, the cameras capture a heated disagreement between Chantel and Colt in the green room, which is captured on video.
What's happened, man? Tell me.
The result of Colt unwittingly interjecting himself into a heated debate between Pedro and Chantel is that he ends up with a chunk of Chantel's venomous tongue. Due to the pain Chantel is experiencing as a consequence of Pedro's hilarious words about divorce, Colt clarifies, "Love is not enough. I've learned that the hard way."
You're supposed to leave and cleave to your wife.
Chantel, you don't know. So keep your mouth shut. How about that?
Is it because you love your mama more than your ex-wife? When Chantel hears the news, she answers with a smug grin on her lips, the pleasure flowing into her face. Colt instantly orders Chantel to shut the F up in order to defend his mother's plight. 2. There is no store. Nicole and Azan called off their wedding for the 2nd time during the 3rd season finale of Happily Ever After, which aired on ABC. Nicole's parents said that they planned to utilize the $6,000 Nicole had saved to open a beauty shop. According to the franchise's investigatory followers, Nicole's revelation came as a huge surprise to them, as they had previously found that no such store had opened. "Even though I told my mum we were talking about opening a store, we never winded up going through with it." Nicole mentions to her producer in an ITM that she is working on a project in a casual manner. "So there isn't a store?" the producer asks, before explaining his position. After Nicole acknowledges that there is no store, she says, "No one can stop thinking about it. What happened to those $6,000? 1. Andre snatches Elizabeth's phone. Andre and Elizabeth have been the focus of numerous more than uncomfortably intimate events in the past, but this one was the most intense of the lot. When Elizabeth and her sisters have a disagreement about Andre's lack of effort and, more crucially, his inability to provide care for his pregnant wife, Libby is picked up by Andre, who is not pleased with the outcome of their agreement. Libby begins contacting her sisters at the very moment Andre attempts to communicate how he feels, which annoys Andre beyond measure. Whilst driving, Andre instructs her to put her phone down and to stop texting them, resulting in a palpable sense of tension between the 2 passengers. "Don't respond," I said. Then, with both hands, he snatches the phone out of her clutches. Elizabeth, on the other hand, responds angrily, making it obvious that his behavior was in no way acceptable in her eyes. However, the 2 are still legally married and living together as a pair. What do you think about these moments? Which one is the most emotional? Let us know in the comment section.